What's up, guys? I recently returned from exploring the country of the Netherlands, and I want to share with you my favorite places, so here's my Netherlands top 10. Located between Germany and Belgium, the Netherlands is one of the most beautiful and well-designed countries on Earth. There's a quote that says, "God created the world, but the Dutch made Holland." And after visiting, I understand why. From the canals of Amsterdam to endless tulip fields, the Netherlands will leave you in awe of its beauty and ingenuity. Let's start this video off at Kinderdijk. When I came to the Netherlands, seeing the windmills was one of the things I wanted to do most, and there's no shortage of them here. Located about an hour from Amsterdam, Kinderdijk is a village that was first inhabited more than 700 years ago. The people at Kinderdijk had to find a way to manage the water, and windmills were a great solution. There are 19 windmills here, and most of them were built around the year 1740. Today, Kinderdijk is home to the largest concentration of old windmills in the Netherlands. When we got here, it was just fun to walk down the main path and marvel at the windmills on both sides. One of my favorite things that we did was tour one of the windmills. I didn't realize this beforehand, but the windmills served as homes for people of the village, and this one was 3 stories high. It was fascinating to see all the rooms constructed around the infrastructure of the windmill. The gears of the windmill were also particularly interesting. They were made out of wood, and it just blew my mind that the Dutch were able to make these almost 300 years ago. After we went outside and the wind started blowing, and I couldn't believe how fast it started turning. I mean, it definitely would be dangerous if you got too close to it. I went over to the mill on the side, and it was pumping up water from the lower elevation, and it was just fascinating to me that the Dutch were able to find a way to harness the wind's power hundreds of years ago to move water from one place to another. Even if you're not into engineering, you'll find this place fascinating. After, we're going to head over to Urk, located about an hour from Amsterdam. Urk is this beautiful Dutch town that dates back to the 10th century. Urk was originally an island, but in the 1940s the land around Urk was reclaimed from the sea thanks to polders and Dutch engineering, and this connected it to the mainland. Today, Urk is such a charming town. I particularly like the harbor. It was full of these beautiful boats. I also love the lighthouse. It was built in 1837 and overlooks the town. One of the main reasons I wanted to come here was to see the wind turbines of Nordisk Polder. There is this massive wind farm, and it's one of the largest in the country. The turbines are on the land and also in the sea. What blows my mind is about 80 years ago, this whole area was under the sea. And it's crazy to me they were able to reclaim this land. There's a path that goes along the water, and it's really relaxing to walk on. If you come during the springtime, there's also a lot of tulip fields in the area, which create a scenic landscape with the turbines spinning in the background. After, we're going to head to the coast to visit The Hague. Located on the North Sea about 45 minutes from Amsterdam, The Hague was first mentioned in 1242, and today it's the 3rd largest city in the Netherlands. Thanks to its proximity to the North Sea, The Hague has a huge beach with a massive pier. I mean, the whole area reminded me of California's beaches, except it was a lot colder. I mean, I had a great time just walking on the beach and checking out the pillars on the pier. Afterwards, we're going to head over to Gouda. I'm a huge fan of Gouda cheese, so I had to come check this city out. Located about an hour from Amsterdam, Gouda is a historic city that dates back to the 1100s. Throughout the centuries, Gouda suffered plagues, fires, and financial difficulties, and it didn't really prosper until the mid-19th century. Today, Gouda is famous worldwide for its cheese. It's made in the surrounding areas, and it was traded in the town's cheese market. One of my favorite features of the city was the town hall. It was built in the 15th century, and it's one of the oldest town halls in the Netherlands. It's such a unique building with Gothic architecture. I really enjoyed just walking around the central square and other alleyways. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the capital of the Netherlands, Amsterdam. Known for its elaborate canal system, narrow houses, and countless bridges, Amsterdam has a vibe like none other. I was in Amsterdam many years ago, and its impression has always left a mark on me. Amsterdam originated as a small fishing village in the 12th century, and it rose to be one of the world's most important trading routes in the 1600s. I mean, it's just crazy. Praise to me that these canals were designed and constructed hundreds of years ago. Truly mind-blowing. When I was there, I just had a good time walking around the canals and enjoying the atmosphere at this incredible place. Another beautiful nearby city you can visit is Haarlem. Located just a 15-minute train ride from Amsterdam, Haarlem is a point town full of Dutch charm. It dates back to the 10th century, and it became a prosperous city thanks to the toll revenues it collected from passing ships. Since the 1630s, Haarlem has been a major hub for trading tulips, and it was the center of the tulip mania, which was when tulips were sold for absurd prices from 1634 until the collapse in 1637. It's considered to be one of the first acid bubbles in history. Today, Haarlem maintains much of its medieval and historic buildings, and it reminds me of a smaller version of Amsterdam I personally love, the river that runs through the city. There's also a historic mill that you can take a tour of. After we're going to experience the tulip fields, after seeing the windmills. Experiencing the tulip fields was one of the main reasons I wanted to come to the Netherlands. The tulip season varies every year, depending on the weather, but it can happen anywhere from the beginning of April to mid-May. The location of the tulip fields can also change from year to year, depending if the farmer wants to plant tulips there. For example, one year there may be a place that has tulips in front of a certain windmill, but maybe the next year the tulip field won't be there anymore. For me it was a challenge to find some good tulip fields, but regardless there are a few areas that are famous for their tulips, such as North Holland, Noordisch Polder, and Lisi. I just enjoy driving through the countryside looking for tulip fields and windmills. Now, one of the most famous places to see tulips is Keukenhof. It's known as the Garden of Europe, and it's one of the largest flower gardens in the realm. It's located in Lisi, about 30 minutes from Amsterdam. Such a beautiful and tranquil place, but I believe it's only open during tulip season, so just double-check that if you decide to go there. After it, we're going to visit Rotterdam. Located about an hour's drive from Amsterdam, Rotterdam is home to Europe's largest seaport. The city's history goes back to the 13th century when a dam was built here, and over the next 300 years it grew into an important port city. Now, due to its location between Germany and Britain, it was completely destroyed during World War II. When Rotterdam was rebuilt, the city was extremely bold with its building and unique architecture. Today, Rotterdam's skyline is full of modern skyscrapers. It's such a vibe here. After it, we're going to visit Amersfoort. Located about 40 minutes from Amsterdam, I think Amersfoort is one of the best preserved medieval cities in the Netherlands. One of my favorite features of Amersfoort is the Koppelpoort. It was completed in 1450 and served as a land and water gate. Another fascinating feature of Amersfoort is the Tower of Our Lady. It served as the middle point of the Netherlands when it was constructed back in 1470, and today it stands as the third tallest tower in the country. If you want to go back in time, you gotta take a stroll through this medieval city. While we're still on the topic of medieval things, we're going to visit Castle de Haar. Located in Utrecht, about 30 minutes outside of Amsterdam, Castle de Haar is one of the most beautiful and well-kept castles in Europe and the largest castle in the Netherlands, Zanderschans. This is another one of the best places in the Netherlands to see Dutch windmills. Located about 20 minutes from Amsterdam, Zanderschans is a historic neighborhood with 13 windmills. The district where Zanderschans is located is the oldest industrial area of Western Europe, and at its peak, it had over 600 windmills running. Unlike the windmills of places like Kinderdijk, which were used to pump water, the windmills in this area were used for industrial purposes, such as sawing wood, making paper, or grinding spices. Well, that is it for my Netherlands Top 10. There's still so many more places, towns, and villages I'd love to explore, so expect a part 2. Let me know where your favorite place is in the comments below.